What up, though? This B-Boy Reg.
It's DJ Butter, y'all.
And this Funky Fresh in the Flesh podcast. And today we got a special guest in the house.
Yes. We got MUDD, Ella, you know what I'm saying?
Detroit.
Yeah, the top of the food chain in hip-hop here, you know what I'm saying?
That's what's up.
Yes.
Just want to say hello to the millions and millions
and
zillions
yes.
of the MUDD fans.
People around the world.
Yes.
Right.
And other planetary pockets and dimensions and angelics and,
that's what's up.
all that going on.
All
Man.
the galaxies.
The elements, the elements, the seen and the unseen. You know what I'm saying?
Man, we wanna talk about where you came from on Conant Gardens, man.
Oh, man.
Talk about how infamous that neighborhood is.
Oh, God.
You know, who came from Conant Gardens, Detroit, Michigan.
Oh, man. Okay. All right. Now, when you break down, first let's go to Conant Gardens.
Right.
Conant Gardens is a predominantly African-American, Black, Negro neighborhood that was like really hub. This is like your first like suburbs in Detroit, because Detroit started on the east side of Detroit. Then it went further west.
Right.
However, before the beginning of that like community, this is like where first some of your Black people with money.
Right.
And starting families, starter homes, like that. And then there's like another section of Conant Gardens, which is really weird, called Crane's Woods, right? But in Crane's Woods, all our deeds still say Conant Gardens. But there's a community like with different signs and it separates. So I don't know if this was like, I don't know, the Haughty Toddy, or if like when you cross Ryan, was it like, I don't know, but I know that it was a lot of Europeans there still in the 60s and some of the 50s. However, they stayed closer to 7 Mile.
Right.
Nevada was where, you know what I'm saying, predominantly, the niggas was at. So all of the stores and stuff like that was on 7 Mile.
Right.
So you would have to walk through the alleys and bypass all the white community blocks, like maybe 3 blocks, just to get to 7 Mile from Nevada. And it would be grown men chasing Black kids back across like Robinwood and Stockton, and just back to the, keeping them southern, because we had certain stores that were like on Nevada. And that's where a lot of like Kennedy's or Black owned, like first some of the like Black owned stores and stuff like that, like your corner store, like they had the bodegas in New York.
The mom and pop stores.
The mom and pop stores. You'd have those. But if if they ain't had no ice cream or they ran out of ice cream and maybe 3 blocks up, man, it was notorious. It was like really bad. I got a lot of these like hood stories from Amin Hamid, Saeed Amin, El Haj Amin Hamid, one of the first OG teachers for the Order of Divine Reality. He stayed on Monarch, and he grew up in that neighborhood.
Right.
So he was one of those kids being chased by grown men.
Right.
He would say like the police, because the police station is still where it's at. It's always been there right there on Nevada. So he said like, the police pull up to you, harass you, same stuff they, used to do, you know what I'm saying? Before Ferguson, all that jumped off. They put the gun in your face, tell you come here, you come to the car, they'll roll your head up in the car, and you know what I'm saying, torture you, drive, and like something you see on Players Club. They would do that to kids, and the big niggas or whoever they thought was whoever thought they was gonna be tough in the community. So that neighborhood had been rough, and so rough, and a lot of that trauma went to the fathers that went to the sons. That so by the time you got us coming along in the 70s and then going into the 80s, you introduced crack cocaine into a midst of the community.
Just already added to the.
It's like cake up with the cake up. So. By the time a lot of the cocaine and all that shit was going on, like I said, you already had a lot of independent families and people who had money in these neighborhoods.
Right.
So I could just tell you, Chambers Brothers.
Right.
Like, one of them stayed across the street from me growing up. Used to buy us ice cream and, you know what I'm saying, and My mom be, no, don't take that ice cream from that man. You know, that kind of shit.
knew what
I'm
was up.
serious. You know, I didn't
Right.
know. I ain't know. I'm getting the fucking ice cream. It's
Right.
hot out here.
Right.
I don't know what that politics. You know, grown folks.
Right.
You stay out of grown folks' business.
Right.
But I would see the business or whatever transacting.
Right.
I see her, but I ain't getting out the ice cream line.
Right. Right.
Because that's ice cream.
Right.
They got the new, you know what I'm saying? The one with the gumball at the end with the thing. And then, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get down to the prize.
Right.
Whatever. And, you know, just stuff like that. And I could just remember being single digits and a lot of these hustlers and just a lot of players and
Right.
a lot of these dudes. I'm talking caddies. I'm talking big money. I'm talking Benzes. Man, like Rolls Royce. I seen all this stuff on Caldwell.
Wow.
Pulling up down the street because a lot of the ballers and, you know, Watts Club, Mozambique.
Mm-hmm.
The owner lived down the street from me
Wow.
Okay.
on my
Yeah.
block.
Right.
My neighbor to the left, who went to Jerry Robinson, Grambling alumnus, running back for the San Diego Chargers.
Wow.
Won the championship in 1967.
Right.
You feel me?
Right.
So these the people looking out for me
Okay.
and just my neighbors and
Right.
you know what I mean? So my whole situation was I was always loved and protected.
Right.
Then them 80s came and by 84, 85, 87,
Right.
hip hop kicking in, the show. Dun,
Yeah.
dun, 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 dun. That was some shit where I mean it was terrible.
Right.
It was great for hip hop but the neighborhood was changing.
Yeah. Yeah.
We got Armor Guard. I know y'all remember Armor
Yeah.
Guard. Armor
Yep.
Guard is
On
on
the
the windows
doors,
now,
on
and
the
in the
windows,
doors
yep.
and the windows in the bars.
Because y'all had over there, y'all had a lot of ranch style homes that were the 3-bedroom, 1-story homes, and then you had a couple of the colonial style homes,
Mhm.
right? So the ranch style homes, it's easy for somebody to climb in that window.
Easy.
First floor, yeah. So
Yup.
I definitely remember seeing a
Yeah,
lot of them over there.
talk about the musicians from that hood. You know, the
Well,
talent from the
the
hood.
talent from the hood, that be in my own backyard.
Yeah.
That's my mom and pop. My mother sang soprano for Donavale and the Coiliers. So
Okay.
gospel. Before that, she was with a group called the Supersonics with some artists from Inkster.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
It was a band of brothers from Inkster. They got together. My mother was singing the Gladys Knights,
Wow.
your Patti LaBelle's,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? You name it, R&B like that. She had that swing and that style. So she was
Okay.
doing cabarets and they was getting money. My
Right.
father comes from rock and roll and the blues,
Okay.
coming from Alabama. They both from Alabama.
Right.
My dad's from Birmingham. My mother's from Bessemer.
Okay.
So though they didn't meet in Alabama, they met up here.
Okay.
She pressed up records. Your mom and your dad.
Well, Donavale and the Coiliers pressed up records, and my mother was recorded with that, and it actually charted 83.
Okay.
It was like it charted like 36 or
Wow.
something like that. It was in the 30s. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
My mother had a lead on there,
Right.
and it will be said, "Well done," and that's the song and the drums. You gotta hear it, man, because
Right.
it's. So I grew up watching my mother to practice. She was on tour,
Right.
the robes, the choir robes, and
Right.
you know what I'm saying, and all that.
So you understood showmanship at
Yes,
an
at
early
a
age. Yeah,
very
that's dope.
early age because I went to church frequently. Like
Okay.
I was at church at least 3 days out of the week
Right.
from the time I probably could walk and read and write
Wow.
till I probably got, I don't know, maybe 15, something like that. Heard
Right.
Big Daddy Kane ain't no half stepping, and I was like, look, no, hold on. Hold on. He said, Assalamu alaikum. Wait, y'all
Right.
can't explain that to
Shout
me.
out Big
Right.
Daddy Kane.
Shout out to
Yeah.
Kane.
Yes.
You know what I'm
yes.
saying?
Kane and Rakim
And then,
introduced us
right,
to-
they
right.
bring in the God energy and all of
Yeah,
that. So
yeah.
I'm like, whoa, because I'm already in the Bible. So
Right.
I got my God body now. Hold
Right.
on. Now, you
Right.
saying what? Because, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
freaking like a deacon with it. You know, every
Right.
weekend, that book,
Right.
that King James, I'm surgical.
Right.
So anything relative to God, the Moses and Genesis chapter 11 verse 10, exchange
Right.
the genealogy of Shem.
Shem.
Shem
Shem
is a
was
black
black.
man in
Africa.
Africa. If you repeat these facts, they can't laugh at you.
Right.
Yes. So Genesis 14 verse 13,
Right.
Abraham steps on the scene,
Scene.
being the descendant of Shem. Shem, that's Shem, Semitic.
Right. Right.
We get into the scripture.
Right.
That's just showing that you know, this melanated
Right.
us, we all been here
Right.
doing this.
Yeah,
And this
yeah.
science, and I'm feeling that, and he got the gospel now.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So I'm
Right.
I'm rocking with KRS-One.
Right.
I'm rocking with all of this.
Right.
So
Right.
just the whole talent and the church and all of that,
Yeah.
bringing that back to the family, I'm going
Right.
through all of this while I'm in church at the same time.
Right.
But we not doing hip hop yet. Hip hop hasn't been introduced into the gospel world yet. It's still
Right.
the 80s.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I got my little raps about, you know, Noah and the ark, and
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? I got my little, you know, it rained for 40 days and 40 nights without stopping. It rained so hard, the water came a dropping. People came running from shore to shore, begging for Noah to open up the door. Noah said, people, listen to me. The door is locked and God's got the key.
Man, talk about your school days, bro. Coming up, in Osborn, Esham, all those guys that went to school with you. Man, break that down.
Well, basically, man, okay, I'm in the Persian neighborhood, and I'm hearing about Osborn because, you know what I'm saying, I like them ladies, I like the pretty ladies, you know what I'm saying. I went to Atkinson and I went to Farwell, so that's kind of like the projects is not too far from my house, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So through the 80s and through that cocaine and all that, some of these trying to, you know what I'm saying. I remember this girl, she was the P girl. Yeah, she the doctor, you know what I'm saying. I know you got your doctorate, girl, you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm talking to, but I remember you when you leaked on yourself. I was like, it was nap time. I ain't gonna forget. I was traumatized. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Some girls had, projects that trauma is worse. They ain't got money. Mama doing this, drugs, and they coming to school dirty and all that kind of stuff. So that kind of stuff just kind of made brothers, you know what I'm saying, woo woo. So I'm looking at the ladies at the Born.
Right.
Osborn, that is. So I know I'm going to Osborn because I'm trying to get
Shout out Osborn.
Shout out to Osborn. Plus, I had fought all these niggas growing up because of the violence and all that type of shit. Our mothers used to beat us to discipline us. So, you know what I'm saying? If I could take a grown woman punch, we 9, 10, 11, 12. Nigga, your punches don't hurt. Nigga, I'm about to whoop on you, nigga. And niggas used to scrap, like, push-ups and all that shit. Like, some niggas we knew was like that nigga going to jail right there. That nigga too ripped to be. That some niggas
was
just
like was training for fighting.
We was training because it was the battle zone. It was rough, traumatic. We black on black fighting and nigga, what you looking at, nigga? I heard you could fight, nigga. I heard you was the baddest nigga because I knew a little kung fu and shit. So niggas come up and I'm whoa, you know what I'm saying?
Did you know the real kung fu? Or you was watching? I
was watching
Charlie
Bruce Lee.
Chan and all
I was
that
watching
shit.
Bruce Lee, Charlie Chan, all that shit. And then I took an Aikido class in day camp.
Okay, so you was serious.
Nigga, once I got the motions and this shit.
We was all self-taught. We thought that shit really worked.
And then the nigga be like, whoa, and then you got the kick, and then you can take a nigga arm. And Aikido was kind of like what Mel Gibson was doing in the first Lethal Weapon.
Okay.
So that nigga go in and he gets your arm and shit. Versus the arm lock, then you can go to the throat. And, but
so you had official training at an early age.
At an early age. Right. I didn't get like no belt or nothing.
Right.
But to get that and to be able to hip toss and flip a nigga or break his arm because he gonna go with you, that's, you know what I'm saying? And then by the time we got to the order, we learned Tai Chi. Okay. So the Tai Chi, Tai Chi Chuan, so that's still the motion meditation and a lot of what that is, but that was about 15, something like that. So 16 and but yeah, so the battleground and you know what I'm saying, motherfuckers used to having fights and black eyes and whatever, you know what I mean?
So when you got the Osborn, you went there for the women.
I went there for
Were you already, so you was already into hip hop?
Yes. Well, I was singing in the choir. Okay, see, it was already motivated because we had a choir, our youth chorale called the DN4, David Napoleon IV. That was the pastor of our church, Wayside Missionary Baptist Church on Rose and Warren. So East Side, so that's Lower East Side. So I got my church family. You see what I'm saying? Some of them go to Osborn already. I got big brothers there already. That's like seniors and juniors. So You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, so
I'm
you had a
going where I'm
connection
comfortable.
already. Right.
So by the time I got to the Born,
Right.
I'm fresh. I already know what to do.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers looking at me like I'm an upperclassman.
Right.
They don't see me as the freshman.
Okay.
Right.
And don't go out that door right
Right.
there. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
Friday. This is where they whooping the ass at. Cause
Right.
I ain't catch that beat down.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? It
Freshman
was
Friday type.
come over here, Reds, cause nigga touch you.
Right.
We gonna fuck them all up. This, you know what I'm saying? So I had homies and big brothers show me how to
Right.
catch the bus and all this other shit. Do this, all of that, and most of them was the brothers, like I said, I went to church with.
Okay.
So that's where the music. I'm already singing, and then I got into music class.
Okay.
So, cause I played the clarinet, like third grade.
Okay.
I did too.
Third grade clarinet is where I met James DeWitt Yancey.
Yeah.
He played the cello.
Okay.
We went to the same elementary school. His sister
Right.
Martha played the flute.
Okay.
Martha was digging on me in second grade. You
Right.
see what I'm saying? So that's how I know Dilla in the whole. Well, he wasn't Dilla yet.
Right.
We didn't call him that. Never called him that.
Right.
But that's James DeWitt Yancey, Jay Dee, Jay Dilla.
Right.
My introduction with him, you know, Pee Wee, and then once we got older, he went to the P Persian.
Right.
We was at Osborn. That's where I met Proof at the lunch table.
Yeah.
So I would see him coming in and out of music class. I didn't
Okay.
have music class with him.
Right.
I had music class with Dank though.
Oh wow.
Dank went to the Born.
Yeah.
Frank and Dank.
From
shout out.
Frank and
Yeah,
Dank.
shout out
So-
to Frank
You
and
see what I'm saying?
Okay.
So right, that's what I'm saying. And
Right.
I had music class with him in Farwell.
Okay.
So I'm
Right.
always playing the saxophone, the clarinet, trumpet, string bass,
Right.
percussion. I was on the drum line.
Right.
I help out in classical band and shit like that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's like all this with my lips and my embouchure. All of this shit is just from like raw and
Right.
just that Louis Armstrong shit. The
Right.
embouchure, this shit you gotta bite down.
Cosby
Right.
All that,
Right.
yeah, all that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It ain't just talking shit. You feel me? But the whole point is, that's where I met Earl Van Dyke before he passed.
Wow.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's Chunk of Funk from the Funk Brothers that made all the Motown classics.
Right.
So that era of music and strings and all that shit is,
Right.
you know, we hearing that coming in and out of the school.
Right.
Motherfuckers in there playing and jamming.
Right.
So Melvin Ashley, which was the department head at that particular time, would have a lot of the different Funk Brothers and
Okay.
people coming in and out.
Wow.
So not only did I learn music, like how to actually play music,
Right.
that's where, shit, man, that's why your Eshams is coming
Yeah.
out of there, your Champ Towns,
Right.
you know,
Right.
independent brothers that's in the 80s, touring,
Right.
own industry money,
Yeah,
they
yeah.
shit,
Yeah.
they masters.
Right.
Niggas learning from Prince,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Niggas over here, you know what I'm saying, starting the ICP and the unholy and the suicidalist genre of acid rap and that first
Yeah.
D-boy type, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? Our Ice-T. Like to me, Esham's booming was like 6 in the morning.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I could see that shit.
Right.
The fresh Adidas streaks across the hardwood floor. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
I slipped up and fell, got it and ran like hell. Yeah, I was going, this brother had got away. This old mom was a lone boy's hideaway.
What was that like to go to school with Esham and you know, you pulling up in his Mustang and, you know.
Okay, see, this is the thing. Okay, technically, he didn't graduate. He dropped out the year I got there.
Right.
So, we should have been there at the same time, but
Right.
his presence was there. Gigi was there.
Who was Gigi?
Gigi is like his homeboy's best friend. I don't know if Gigi was a shooter, but he would say on cruising down 7 Mile. Remember that?
Yeah,
Yo, there go
yeah.
my man Gigi. I said, what's up? I said, what's up? You're coming to hang with me.
Right.
Gigi's a real nigga, and he had his real life jacket on
Right.
with Gigi on it, nigga. So I said, it's the nigga.
Damn. Right.
Try not to jock
Right,
though. I'm
right.
going crazy on the inside.
Like he would East Town and shit. Right.
Damn, these niggas got their real life leather coats on
Yeah.
in school.
Wow.
That shit is huge. I've been listening to that shit since '88.
Right.
Pussy
right.
ain't got no face. Can we? I'm sorry. Can we?
Yeah. We,
Pussy ain't got no face.
Yeah.
No
Right.
face. It's just sticking in the pee house. Look,
Right.
yeah, I remember that because I like Two Live Crew.
Yep.
I was listening to bass music. We liked a lot of that shit.
Yeah.
I was in church, but niggas was still
Right.
move something. I'm like, God damn, look
Right.
at how she making move something. It's moving. She stopping, still moving.
All the natural shit.
All the
for the
natural
BBL.
shit, yeah. So
Right.
hip hop is like,
Right.
embedded in a lot of what we doing, and it's for me to see somebody
Right.
huge like that,
Right.
street cred, no
Tape.
video,
Yeah.
tape
Yeah.
sold locally.
Right.
Everybody know this.
Yeah.
You hear it bumping
even
up
out
and
of
down the
state.
street.
Yeah, you go to Atlanta, they talking about you shine. Right.
I wasn't traveled yet.
Right.
I might be 80. Yeah, I was 11.
Yeah.
I ain't supposed to have the red tape.
Right.
I had the real one. When he said, I'm not an atheist, but what has God done for me? Oh, he let me
Right.
grow up in the motherfucking ghetto. On that second tape, it's edited out.
Wow.
That's how you know I was there.
Right.
Got you, E. Got you. So that first tape, that
Right.
first red tape,
Right.
man, it was two red tapes,
Right.
but it was the shiny one and then it was the plastic
Yeah,
one,
yeah.
Okay.
red one.
Yeah.
And Telling It How It Is was the first song
Okay.
on it. It was
Right.
Eshawn's Booming and it was Booming Words from Hell.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So with that and being able to know and see this and to understand what he talking about.
Right.
I know he's not a devil worshiper.
Right.
This man worships God. However, he was saying that the east side of where we was living was hell.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
It was hell in the 80s at that time.
Right.
That's what Reagan did to us.
Right.
Oliver North, CIA, Iran Contras, Noriega. This is the product of the bullshit that they
Right.
started. I know that's history and whatever, but
Right.
however,
What was Proof doing at that time? Well, how y'all really clicking at that time?
Proof would be at my we had lunch together.
Oh.
4th hour lunch. So not only would I see him in the music class
Right.
in and out, he was like one of the rap dudes
Right.
that was just phenomenal.
Right.
Him, K9, Genuine, which is Boudang. Shout out to Boudang.
Well, dang, what up, dude?
Who was at the table? Cap, which is Rich Warbucks.
Rich.
My man Phil Pot. Rest in peace,
Yeah,
Phil
Phil,
Pot.
rest in peace, Phil Pot.
Peace.
I got some footage of Phil Pot performing. We gonna show y'all that.
Word up.
Oh, Phil Pot, whatever he was singing on that song. He said.
Oh yeah. I know so.
Yeah.
Who else was there? Hold on, I'm going around the table. Joe Cool, from Ice House Records.
Yeah. Yep. I remember Joe. Yep.
Joe, he was there. Joe bullied me one time, and Proof stuck up for me.
Wow.
That's how me and Proof got tight.
Okay.
Cause Proof didn't like motherfuckers bullying motherfuckers
Right,
and shit. He
right.
was talking shit about me at the lunch table, and this nigga Proof came and stepped to that nigga like, nigga, you don't remember that shit, nigga? Proof got on your ass about me.
Yeah.
I ain't need no Proof like
What
that.
the-
He was Maximum at the time.
All right. When y'all recorded y'all first records together, you on Proof?
Oh man, shout out to Tawu from the Mix Down Posse. You know what the Mix Down Posse is? You know what the Mix Down Posse is? You know what the Mix Down Posse is?
That's why we doing this show.
Check out HP Finest. It's some Rasta brothers over there, man. Called the Mix Down Posse. That was the sound system that you guys heard in the Rhythm Kitchen originally, with them big ass tall speakers
Right.
stacked up on top of each other on the side of that stage.
Wait, hold on. Was Cricket hanging with them?
Yes.
I know. Yeah, I know who you talking
Yeah,
about. I think one of the dudes' name was Gita or something like that.
Gita.
Yeah,
Now
yeah.
that's last was out.
Yeah, I know.
They
but-
were there at that particular time.
Right,
with
yep.
All of that.
Yeah,
Yes.
yep. I know exactly who you talking about.
Yes.
Yep.
And the Mix Down Posse, this brother by the name of Tawu, he was the one who used to give the mics and rent all that shit out to Maurice Malone.
Right.
So
Yeah.
a lot of the times, y'all, why it wasn't no mics and shit was tripping was because, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
Mo didn't want to pay the extra $20 for the mics. He was trying
Right.
to hustle and get the
Yeah.
sound and anyway. But that's what that was.
Man,
So that's what we recorded at the first time.
That's
What You Want Is What You Need. That's the first song on the album Time for Rap.
banging.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
Produced
dope.
by Jay Dee, of course. First time I ever got on the mic was on the Jay Dee beat.
Wow.
So that's me cutting my teeth and, like, you know what I'm
Right.
saying, being with Proof and Thyme and learning from those guys. Shout out
Right.
to Thyme.
Man, talk about your time with Fi Ella and Maurice Malone clothing line and the hip hop shop. How important that was to our community. Just even now you moving on without Thyme with the music. Just y'all marking hip hop.
Man.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow, okay. All I can say is if you ever seen A$AP Rocky with the fashion, Kanye with the fashion,
Right.
we were the first ones with the fashion.
Wow.
Because we work not only for a fashion family, we help design, sew, cut, sell, promote,
Right.
market, thehiphopshop.com. You can see all our headshots on
Right.
there. You know what I mean? So
Wow.
that was my first job outside of high school, and having like a paper route. So you know what I mean?
Right.
That 95, being able to work at the hip hop shop, working for a brother that looked like
Right.
myself, a Muslim brother.
Right.
I watch him do salat. You know what I mean?
Right.
He
Right.
come down here, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Shout out Maurice Malone.
Shout out to Maurice Malone, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
He praying. Hold on.
Yep.
Hold
Too
on.
hard for
Yeah,
your mama,
Biggie in
too
his
hip for your
clothes,
daddy.
Aaliyah, White
Everybody.
Flag, Fugees,
All of that. So the
De La
Fugees,
Soul,
De La,
yeah.
Biggie,
Aaliyah.
Aaliyah,
Yeah.
man. I mean,
AJ,
shout out to
nothing.
Simon and Richie Akiva. You know what I'm saying? My Moroccan brothers out there in New York. You know what I mean?
Okay.
That is who bankrolled a lot of
Wow.
Simon Sales. You know Simon Sales. Man.
Yeah.
I know Simon
What you
Hughes.
say when you seen Proof in the AJ Nothing But a Number video with Aaliyah?
I was pissed the fuck off because I was in high school. I was still at Osborn at that time. I was supposed to be there. Thyme is in there also. Thyme is right next to Proof.
Wow.
Y'all
I gotta
can't
go
see
back.
Thyme. That nigga black.
Yeah,
And
Hey,
nigga,
go look
watch,
at the video.
watch the age ain't nothing but a number. And when they walking by, you gonna
Right.
see Thyme. You gonna see Proof.
Right.
You gonna see us. A couple of homies. I should have been there, but I'm the young nigga. They 4 years older than me. They was out of school. Proof had dropped out.
Wow.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He doing shit down there
Right.
older than Proof. So I was mad as fuck. I was supposed to be there. I was going back on the lid. Nigga, you I wanted to meet her. I ain't never meet her. I ain't get a chance. They met her though.
That's funny.
Guess what too? When Biggie came, when Biggie was at Shane Park,
Yeah.
I didn't get to do that show either.
Damn.
They did it. I was at the lowest of the totem pole, man. I had to
Wow.
work that day
I mean, y'all had a lot of huge
at the hip hop shop. I had to close.
huge moments in the drizzles for your bizzles, Maurice.
Oh yeah, we was in the Source.
Yeah, the
Drizzles,
right.
man. Oh, come
Yeah.
on, man. The Source ads, Drizzles, all of that was like the popular
That's what built the
creme de la
culture.
creme. Yes,
Right.
that was the hip hop magazine, the Bible of hip hop at that
Right.
particular time. So that was like what, 94, 95, somewhere in around that time. So
Right.
for having Proof, those ads, just to be with Maurice and around them to be able to see how this is how it works.
Right.
And then we moved to New York in 1999. So
Okay.
I lived in New York. I was at Friday Nights at Life.
Right.
I seen, that's why I met Dream Hampton.
Okay.
Dream Hampton is a friend of Jerome Mongo, which is a partner of the Maurice Malone.
Right.
And they're the partners
Okay.
and designers. You
Right.
see what I'm saying? Because Jerome's a designer too. So Biggie's best friend, Dream Hampton,
Right.
is from Detroit
Wow.
via Brooklyn. So I'm with Dream hanging out. You feel
Right,
me? I
right.
know I'm with, you know what I'm saying? That's how I ran into Jay.
Right.
She cooled it out. So
Jay-Z.
with the Jay-Z, when I met
Right.
Jay-Z, we bumped into each other at Life, that Friday night or whatever.
Wow.
You know all those classic moments, man. I want to ask you two more. I want to ask you about the message to the public about Proof's death. You was there when he passed away.
Mm-hmm.
People who have misconceptions, man. What you want to say to them?
Talk to the FBI. They solve murders. Only you can prevent forest fires. No, man, I just really think that for me personally, it's a lot of, people just feelings and whatever. But when you get down to the actual science and the data,
Right.
we all see the man's alcohol limit was up. A lot of our limit was up. You feel me?
Right.
It was more of a nigga moment to me, if anything.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, you mentally okay with you know, with maintaining, you know, since you moved on and had a family, things like that. When a lot of people don't really know how to call people for help, or you know, have you had therapy or something since then?
Man, you know what, dog? Going back to the order of divine reality.
Right.
God is your therapist. When you really know the Lord, and you know you ain't did nothing, and you don't have no fear, and you realize that you always gonna go through whatever in life.
Right.
You know, a hero don't know his strength without a foe. So, the more you overcome, the more you become. Now, I did blame people at first.
Okay.
I did have my, you know,
Right.
I did go through my own depression and got myself out of that.
Right.
There was a point when it was just like, what am I doing? Because not only did I lose proof, and I witnessed that, Dilla died months before.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I ain't got done processing that yet.
Right.
We got back-to-back bumbles. Whoa.
Right.
Fucking me twice. Okay, that was...
Yeah.
By 10, right after that.
After that, then Chop died shortly after proof. You see what I'm saying? So it's a... Keep this money. Let me get 2 of these. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know what's going on. And, you know, I would hear things in the street. However, I would not hear anything from street niggas about me and my involvement. It would be more so from rap motherfuckers or people who, you know, really depended on proof, never really had a plan B, that type of stuff. And I can understand, you know, you want to lash out or whatever. However, proof was reckless.
Right.
Proof was out of his mind. Proof had been through a lot.
Right.
Proof was proof. Proof was going to be proof no matter who told proof what proof knew.
Right.
Proof had knowledge of self.
Right.
Proof was telling other people put the weed down. Weed is for slow folks. Such and such and the blah 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 and all of this. And then for him to do that and then, you know, get with M and, you know, he comes from 5 elements.
Right.
Just listen to the music. You hear some very brilliant, highly spiritual, scientifical rhyming and all of that.
Before D12, it was 5 elements.
Of course there was.
Yeah.
And with that, you know, D12 is an extension of 5 elements.
Right.
That's a brainchild of our ideas because that D12 was the battlefront of the hip hop shop.
Right. Yeah.
Before you could get, it's like a kung fu movie. Before you get to the masters,
right?
Because we gonna fuck you up with the shit we saying. We need some vocabulary, some flow, whole bunch of shit. You gonna be bewildered. We have bewildered many. However, that play for play and that talking about your shoes and your mama and all that little game shit.
Right.
D12.
Yeah, proof was great at it. Say, tell me something, man. You did a lot of work with T-Stuckey too, man.
Yes.
What's your message to T-Stuckey, man? My homeboy been locked up for a minute.
Man, Stuckey did 19 years. You was Aries like me, I understand. You're hard-headed. You know what I'm saying? You got the same birthday as my father. So I get you. You're like my big bro. And I love you so. And I need you home, man, because it's a whole lot of shit that just done got too out of control, too loose. And when you were home, man, for the hip-hop and what you did for the culture and to bring people together and, you know what I'm saying, the E-dubs and just all of that, the hip-hop G's, that's what you called us because we was like the bridge between the street and the lyrical niggas. And, you know, just coming from the east side and, you know, just being the street priest to him and us praying together and traveling and Meech and Moan and Reg and Atlanta, and you know, when y'all niggas tore up motherfucking Atlanta Live that night. You know what I'm saying? We saw Busta Rhymes in that big gown with everything he was wearing and shit. All that shit, nigga. You brought me around all that money and Puffy and them niggas had on glitter. Him and Mace came over shaking our hands and shit. And we checking our suits and shit to make sure the niggas ain't had that glitter and shit. You know, we seen you shining, Puffy. We seen you shining. Shout out to Mace. We seen you shining. Atlanta Live. Y'all was there. You know what I'm saying? That was 96. So just to be around all of that and, you know what I mean? And balling with the homies and, you know what I'm saying? The 600 and pushing the 600. And, Man, bruh, come home soon, man. Brothers missed
72
you,
hours, man. Go get
Yeah,
that.
go get that album, man. We all on that one, man.
Motor City
72 hours.
compilation.
Yes, Motor City compilation and the Vault, the part 2. The
Right.
Vault, you know what I'm saying? And Proof executive produced on that too. So it's just a lot of business and a lot of fun and
Right.
a whole lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? We was just doing and you know what I'm saying? Rest in peace to Big Dog. And, you know what I'm saying? Just shout out to a.k.a. who's
Mossy
producing.
Ski.
You know what I'm saying? The forefathers, man.
Yeah.
Y'all
Yes.
talking about good music, good times, and
Right.
AK.
you know what I mean? There's just really that camaraderie. You know what I mean? That's what I'm talking about. And just meeting different people and traveling and being able to take the music outside and sell our own tapes and
Right.
get our own money,
Network,
independent,
right.
and do this. And he making furs, you know what I'm saying? T make furs and jewelry. And
Right, right.
a lot of stuff. Like people thought he was like ball. Like, no, this nigga was making that shit.
Yeah.
This nigga be there
Damn.
with the he don't even need the monocle shit.
Right.
I've been diamond shopping with this nigga. Check me out. This nigga don't need the shit to see the clarity in the cloud, the
Right.
clouds, the cloudiness of the
Yeah.
This motherfucker is cold, bruh.
Right.
Yeah, this I'm talking about a dude. Look, man, when that fight broke out in that club, dog. These big, it was like some. Let me tell you how the fight started real quick. It was crazy, cause T and we all of us was just super fresh.
Right.
Detroit, we in Atlanta. So
Right.
the owner of the club is closing out. We in the VIP, but they closing the VIP. But we didn't know it's a club downstairs,
Okay.
like in the ground. We thought we was in the club,
Right.
as big as it was.
Right.
But there was like a whole underground club where the stage and like the
Right.
where the general population people was at.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
The $20 ticket,
The-
the regular
yeah.
get in. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
they closing the VIP. It's Meech, Moan, myself, Philpott, Proof, Thyme. And look, it was more of us than we thought in there. I
Right.
didn't see this. However, the owner came up. T had on a red Versace suit.
Wow.
You feel me?
Yeah.
With the Medusa buttons.
Yeah.
And this nigga had some cufflinks, some stones on these cufflinks,
Right.
dog, that just did not make no sense. So he trying to figure out who are y'all? Like
Right.
this pre-BMF.
Right.
This
Right.
is Meech there, but Meech ain't Big Meech yet.
Right. Okay.
He Meech. I ain't meet him as Big Meech. You know you wasn't Big Meech yet. I ain't degrade you, dog. I'm just telling you. Remember this shit. You remember this now.
Right.
And so we all in the club or whatever, and Moan, who was with us, was macking on a broad or something over there.
Okay.
And I guess the broad, that was the owner's broad, his
Oh,
bitch or
damn.
some shit.
Right.
So him and T talking about the chandeliers and shit.
Right.
Man, he like, man, 50,000 for the chandeliers. You know what I'm saying? You know, you stuck. I'm the dude. Man, yeah, man. See what I'm saying? He so I got to get my carpet clean. You know what I'm saying? You see the fur over here. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have mink on the couches and. Oh man, you know what I'm saying? The chandelier was 50,000. You know what I'm saying? It was 100,000 for this and whatever. And then T was like, "That's it."
Right.
Wow.
You know these niggas got money.
Yeah.
Right.
They got real money.
Yeah.
So my man didn't know what to do. I guess
Right.
his ego was fractured or frazzled or
Yeah.
something. So he ordered these two big neck niggas. Man, see this nigga be talking to my big man. Talking about, man, hey y'all. I'm about to throw him out. See, I did the signal and shit. They about to go throw him up out of here. You see what I'm saying? And he
Damn.
like, who? Who you about to throw up out of here? Like, what? Man, them two big niggas put their hands on Moan. They should not have. They should not have. All I know is my man had on like one of them pimp hats and shit.
Yeah.
Like the, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Southern nigga suit type
Yeah.
shit. Not no zoo suit, nothing clowny like that, but
But
he was trying to flash.
back in the day,
this was
Southern
this is
niggas-
Puffy era with
Right.
the shiny shoe. Yeah, city
Yeah.
slicker type shit, right? I don't know who it was. I want to say it was Meech. I want to say I don't know who it was, but man, it might have been T. That nigga slapped that nigga hat off that nigga head, and I heard somebody say, "Detroit in the house,"
Oh, shit.
and the place erupted.
Wow.
We had like 50 niggas in there, dog. I ain't even know that was with us,
Right.
dog. Man, they touched the wrong nigga, man. Look, I seen T go to one of these big niggas, man, and he was coming at him. I said, oh shit, they formed a perimeter around us.
Damn.
Because
Right.
we the talent.
Right.
I'm sitting here looking at this shit. I'm looking at Thyme looking at me.
Right.
I'm looking at Proof. Proof looking at Phil Pot. Phil Pot looking at Thyme.
Right.
Proof don't even got his guard up like.
Right. Like you about to
I'm like,
scrap.
Proof, put your hands down.
Right.
What's this shit? I seen big niggas flying over this way. One big nigga flew over that way.
Right.
They got moan. You alright, dog? We go to the door over here. I don't know how. They kicked the dude, whoever was flossing, I don't know if he was the owner.
Right.
They whipped his ass over to the door.
Damn.
By the time we got there, Phil Pot, big as he is, the
Right.
slowest one, hand his hat to the nigga on his way out. Hey man, we
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Rest in
That's
peace
funny
to
as
Phil
fuck.
Pot.
Y'all kicked
That's
the nigga
all
out his
got.
own club.
Big Proof. Wow.
and handed his hat to him.
Right. That's funny.
Wow.
That was hanging out with my PA niggas, man.
That's crazy.
And I ain't even gonna tell you what happened after we left. After the shooting and a whole bunch of shit.
Oh,
Man, talk about
Cowboy
man.
shit, man.
You've been dropping vinyl, man.
Excuse me.
You know, talk about what you got coming out, what you got out right now.
Well, out right now, shout out to Chop Herring Records. That's
Chop
over
Herring.
in Scotland. And those guys are golfing. Shout out to Pro Celebrity Golf, UK Pro Celebrity Golf. All the guys over there that, you know what I'm saying, love golfing to that boom bap.
yeah.
It's a big thing over there with golfing.
Oh,
You know
I
what I'm
gotta
saying?
go
Big
over
money
there
and-
then and shit. That's my
and
shit.
you know what I'm saying, like
Yeah.
the culture, they're very into that, and teeing
Yeah.
off to Five Ella, and
Right.
you know, it's Chop Herring, the interviews, volumes 1, it's 2 books, volumes 1 and 2 that I know of. It might be a volume 3 now,
Okay.
and I featured in that one, so I have a long interview
Right.
in the book about, you know, everything I've been
Right.
doing and everything, and just, you know what I'm saying, stuff I've been through,
Right.
just having my masters and
Right.
trying to understand who sees the value in the early Jay Dee, Jay and John Doe,
Right.
you know, because all we did was music.
Right.
You know, that's just from high school and Earl Van Dyke and, you know what I'm saying, taking the lessons of Earl Van Dyke over to Dilla and how to break the rules. And,
Right.
you know, we didn't have the instruments anymore. We had drum machines. So with the drum machines and that being a new instrument of choice, all that knowledge and information and us sitting down is what came up with this sound
Right.
of OG Lo-Fi.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah,
first
yep,
recorded as Neo Soul.
Right.
And now it's OG Lo-Fi OG. That's what we do. We been
Right.
had that. We
yep.
been created that. That's
Right.
not, you know, y'all calling it Lo-Fi. You know what I'm saying? That's Detroit hip hop though.
Right.
The hits, the fuzz, the
Yep.
boom bap, so you get the you know
Yep.
how them kicks was made. I was there on the SP 1200
Right.
pushing the buttons and making that shit. Yeah, that's it.
I know.
Gah! Gah! Make that shit sound
I
like
know a
popcorn,
few,
because it's popcorn, you know?
I know a few Chicago steppers. So
Mm-hmm.
Detroit, we got ballroom. Chicago, they step,
Correct.
but they step on the downbeat, and a lot of you'll catch a few of them dancing to some Dilla tracks.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, one of Common's, I think his uncle or something, is a big time stepper there.
Okay.
They had like a world's largest step contest.
Mhm.
It'd be like several hundred people there, and shit start like at
Well,
2 p.m. and be all
it's
night.
big
But
time. I mean,
music.
that's
yeah.
the sister cities. Like Chicago
Yeah.
and Detroit is like
Yep.
Mecca and Medina.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In like the Arab world of what Islamic is and all
Right.
of that. You know, you had the you know, Nation of Islam
Right.
start here with Mosque number 1.
Yep.
Mosque number 2 is in Chicago.
Right.
No,
Yep.
but True Ali came here.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And they threw him in jail. He put a curse on the city, so that's probably what same thing wrong with Detroit hip hop. Same thing wrong with the Lions. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Y'all niggas stop. Y'all niggas like to look good losing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Y'all the biggest losers
Right.
with that shit. You gotta cut it out, man. Niggas got to use their good people when they need to use the
Right.
good people. When y'all got a good running back, you know what I'm saying? Y'all got a Barry Sanders. Y'all ain't gonna block for me, bitches. You
Right.
feel me? Y'all ain't gonna run the pass interference. I mean,
Right.
y'all ain't gonna do nothing.
Right.
It's like, look, I'm getting beat up. I got all this shit. I'm a heavy
Right.
working tank thing, machine moving.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm OG with Slum Village and all the best in the round of the Washids and you know what I'm saying, your Kareem Briggins and all of that. If there was no 5 elements and us putting out and making the sound and being instrumental in the beginning.
Right. Right.
Dumping into this. I ain't saying Amp Filler didn't help. I'm saying the sound that we did, the yesteryears, the first tapes and us doing it before Fantastic Volume 1, and we're on Fantastic Volume 1.
Right.
You know what I mean? So the difference between us, we were doing more Mo Master, 4-track.
Right.
They, by the time they found RJ, they was on Reel to Wheel. So the sound don't sound like the sound we do, but that underground sound, that's me, that's us, that's those are the beats that I have high influence in. Was buying records. Here you go. This before House Shoes and them was stealing the records out of wherever they was stealing.
Shout out to Mo Master, man.
Yeah, Mo Master. Another Detroit lion right there.
Yeah, we go way back. Mo Master was like our Marley Marl to us, man. He recorded everybody, man.
Man. One time for MUDD from Fire Ella. Y'all check him out on Proof. Last album, Searching for Jerry Garcia on Slum Elements. Man, y'all look out for all his further future endeavors.
Blood on my top 10s coming soon.
Yes.
Oh, shit.
Blood on my top 10s. Yo, yeah, it's some Dilla on there. It's some Proof production on there. We got some Nick Speed on there. You understand what I'm saying? It's going down. Blood on my top 10s.
Where they reach you at, man?
Y'all can hit me on all social media. Just look up MUDD 5 Ella. On follow the Morris Mudd Show. That's the best thing. Follow me on YouTube. Subscribe to the Morris Mudd Show.
Okay.
The Morris Mudd Show. That's me, Mud Dog. You know what I'm saying? Mud Dog on Twitter.
Algernon, rest in peace. T-D, rest in peace. Chili D, Puritan Avenue,
That's
MUDD.
7 Mile, Mount Road. You know what I'm saying? 5 Ella for life. The ODR representing the stars. You know what I'm saying? Astrological, all of that, metaphysical and chronological. We doing it.
Yeah. That's what's up. The B-Boy Reg and DJ Butter checking out Funky Fresh in the Flesh.